Tomorrow is the day all 15 Catholic dioceses in Texas will release lists of clergy with credible accusations against them for sexually abusing children, and that includes the Austin Diocese.
Our KXAN investigative team has been working for several months to bring you more perspective and find out how these allegations are handled by the local and state leaders. Erin Cargile is here to walk us through that and what we can expect to see tomorrow.
Well, good evening, guys. First off, I want to let you know that the Austin Diocese has told us they will be releasing the list sometime tomorrow afternoon. Also, I really want to emphasize that this is a really highly unusual circumstance. We have had many ethical conversations in our own newsroom regarding this list, because it's likely that some of the clergy on the list have not faced criminal charges, and normally we would never report a name on the air where law enforcement hasn't investigated and there are no criminal charges filed. But we're making an exception. As you guys know, this is part of a national story on exposing potential abuse within the Catholic Church, abuse that has gone on for decades. And as we reported last fall, the Austin bishop said that the Austin Diocese would be bringing in attorneys. They'd be hiring an independent investigator to come in, review the files, and ensure that the names on the list are accurate.
And Erin, speaking of the lists, how specific will they be?
Well, we don't know exactly what the list is going to look like, but we have seen a list that has come out from the Fort Worth Diocese. That list came out in 2007, and there aren't exact, accusations or dates or, specifics about the abuse. There are names of clergy on the list. It says when they were ordained, when they retired, and then every single assignment that they had over the years. And many of the assignments on their list were from the 70s and 80s, and in some cases the clergy had passed away already.
Yeah.
That kind of raises the question, what can law enforcement do about all this?
Well, we've been asking those questions too. So starting tonight, 5, 6, 9, and 10, you're going to start seeing us sitting down with different law enforcement agencies, and we've made calls to them. APD, are you involved in any way? Travis County District Attorney's Office, are you involved in any way? We sat down with the AG's office and we said, many people want to know why you're not stepping in. That's what we saw happen in Pennsylvania. And so we get all of those questions answered as well. And of course, the most important part of all of this are the accusers, those who say they have been abused by priests. Brittany Glass sat down with 3 people who said, I've been abused by priests. It's really important to hear their stories, hear about the horrific experiences and why they want to see the churches investigated.
And it's important to know you guys have done so much work. I've been on KXAN.com today. There's a lot of resources there, right? Will you tell us a little bit more about what's on the website?
Absolutely. So you can go to KXAN.com right now. Here it is. We want this to be a one-stop shop for you, where you can find all of our coverage. The list is going to be posted here as soon as we get it tomorrow, and as the day goes on, we'll be adding everything we learn about each priest on the list. Now, right now, the main page here explains how we got to this point. We've also created a map of every facility associated with the Austin Diocese. And then once the list comes out, we're going to have an interactive map where you can click on a specific church or school and see if someone who's worked there is on the list. Also, for people like me who didn't grow up in the Catholic Church, the terms can be confusing. What does a pastor mean, or a deacon, or a bishop? Well, you can go to this flowchart, shows the hierarchy along with the details about each position. So that was extremely helpful for me to learn about as I was making that for everyone else who might have the same exact questions.
Indeed. Erin, thanks. Jim?